This video will show you how to beat the challenge The Lion and the Wolf, as played by House Lannister. You need to conquer the Eyrie to rescue Tyrion and win 2 battles against the Starks. This is how I did it, on Legendary Tactics. A Game of Thrones, the board game digital edition, has released a series of challengers. You can play as one of 4 houses. I'm going to choose the Lion and the Wolf, House Lannister. Tywin Lannister says, "My idiot son seems to have gotten himself captured. I have no love for the boy, but his insult to House Lannister cannot go unpunished. So I'm here to conquer the Eyrie and to rescue Tyrion." It's right next door, actually, to the square that I already own. And I have to win 2 battles against the Starks. So just doing a quick assessment of where I'm at, I can actually see I've got 2 units right next to 2 of the Stark units. So I think that's probably my easiest path forward in the fingers and Kale in there. So let's go through. We'll set our orders to start. My quest for this, or my goal, oh, this is neat. So it actually pans across. I don't know if you can see all of the orders flipping, but as it pans across, you can see all of the orders that have been placed. So because I own the Messenger Raven, I get to either replace an order token, so I'll just quickly check out what orders have been made and see if there isn't really anything that I could have done better, so I might as well just check the Wildling victory and see how damaging this will be, and then I can either choose to put this card under the deck if I click on the bottom, or on the top, and I'm going to put it on the top. My goal here is going to be to try to beat these 2 quests in under 20 minutes, so let's see how efficiently we can do that. I have to say right off the hop that I have not played this game for very long, so there may be a more efficient path to victory, but let's get my first win here. I'm going to keep my influence because I want to continue to build my empire, and he's actually ahead of me here. House Stark has 3, but fortunately I have reinforced. I'm up to 5. I don't want to waste a high card here because I think I can beat him with a 2, and I want to kill that unit off. And I guessed right. So I find with this game, you want to be very efficient. Ooh, nice. Tywin is very happy with my performance, but you want to be very efficient with your cards. You don't want to overshoot because you have to use all of your cards before they get recycled. And like the game Kemet, you want it actually incentivizes you to battle because once you get rid of all your cards, you get to have them all back again. So you always want to just use enough power to win. So here I can consolidate and get some more influence, or I can muster and get some more troops. So I really want to pull ahead this game and get lots of influence so that I'll be able to win the bids and stay ahead. Okay, so the Wildlings are up to 4 out of 12, so that can be punishing soon because, I mean, I guess we've got 5, 5, 5, and 7 influence, so we should be able to beat the Wildlings fairly handily if everybody contributes. But I think we're going to need a siege engine because the Eyrie is a little bit difficult to beat. It's got power 6. So I'm going to need to do better than that. I think it would actually be useful if I can get a fleet off the coast of the Eyrie so I can get in there and focus my power. So if I go in with some cavalry, a siege engine, and a fleet, that should take that handily. So I'm going to build towards that. Okay, so orders. Let's get marching. I should probably reinforce this area because I'm going to need to invade from the mountains there. So River Run, I could get a little extra supply if I move in there as well, so I'm just determining which is my best option. I'm ahead in influence, which I'm glad for, but all right. So I guess when in doubt, I should just build some more influence. It doesn't seem that the Starks are being too aggressive in this game. Might be because it's a challenge and not a human player. I've got my fleet spread out so that I can convoy an army around if I need to. I feel like these fleets are actually a little bit wasted here. I could probably do better with those, but okay, we'll quickly see what everybody's orders are. Okay. Oh, so we've got an attack potentially coming on Harrenhal, so I may need to do something about that. That wasn't overly useful, but that's okay. Oh, okay, so he did not attack me. He went the other way, which means that I can probably take that territory fairly easily from him. This may be, I should probably focus my efforts on the Eyrie, but I do want to extend my empire a little bit and then fortify myself. So I think I will take on House Baratheon here. It's a 5-1. It's an easy win for me. I can get rid of that 0, which is actually a really great way to dump that card and not worry too much. So it seems like if you're attacking, you want to have a large force, and then you can dump some of those small cards, or you can have a small force and use your larger cards to powerful effect. Okay, so that probably doesn't make him too happy, so he may come back. Yes, indeed. But that's okay. All right, so the Starks are just sort of reconfiguring in the north. Seems like there's a little bit of territory around here that I could really claim. So I might as well push my forces, because the attacks that I need to do are in the north and in the east. So my power is centered more southwesterly, so I need to shift around to get that more effective. Okay, we're into the Westeros phase here. All right, adjust the supply track. I've got 3 influence, so I'm doing quite well in influence here at 10. That should ensure that I win whatever I want to win. I think I'll go for attack strength, so it might make sense to get the Valyrian steel so that when I go into battle, I'll be able to have that 1 extra attack when I need it to get those missions done. Okay, so yeah, we'll get some march orders in here and start to circle the area a little bit more. That would make a lot of sense. This is great because this is a game that I don't think gets to the table as often as it should. I keep making comparisons to diplomacy, but it's very much like diplomacy, where when you have 7 players, diplomacy is at its best. And I think this game is likely better the more people you have, the more intrigue you have, because then alliances become really important. In this challenge, alliances are meaningless, so part of the game is removed here, but I love how it's set up a challenge. So if you're a player who loves this game and you can't get 7 players together, this is a really great way. Oh, what do we got? Okay, a preemptive raid. So I'll keep that on top. Then I can make sure I know what's coming when the wildlings attack. But anyways, if you're a player who loves to play this game, but you just can't get enough friends mustered up to play it, I think the digital edition allows you now to get online, play with some strangers, or you can complete these challenges. There's quite a few. There'd be 8, 9, 10, there's about 12 challenges there that you can complete. And if I can get this done in about 20 minutes, then that will, I mean, that's a good amount of gameplay that you can get out of this. And I like how they make it sort of a puzzly feel too, so that you're trying to find the most efficient path to the victory here. Now, one problem I had, and perhaps someone who has played the game a lot more, is that I couldn't attack the Eyrie directly when I just had a foot soldier and a knight here in place. So I wonder if, maybe you can tell me this, I did a quick rule skim and I couldn't see the reason for it, but it wouldn't let me attack. So I'm thinking I need to get a siege engine in there because they've got a castle. That'll give me 4 extra attack. All right, we're just battling House Greyjoy here. 3-2. Let's see if I can beat him with the Hound. I cannot. So poor choice, but honestly, I need to just get rid of those cards against House Greyjoy because I need my stronger cards against House Lannister to get that second win. But, so I'm wondering if I need to get a fleet in the harbor in order to get enough power to overcome that. So perhaps it's just a matter of I need 7 strength or 6 strength before I can actually challenge the Eyrie. I'm just not overly clear on that rule, so please clarify that for me if you know the answer to that question. So I've got my fleet mustered there now. Might as well continue to build units in the area. Footman's all I can manage. Alright, those knights, they are pretty sweet. You have to watch out though, because that Wildling Attack, if we don't best that, then my knights are going to be reduced to foot soldiers. So I may not want to overly invest in knights at this point because I'm just going to lose them. And I do have a decent supply, so might be better to actually create foot soldiers in the event that I would lose my knights. I'm not really too interested in the Iron Throne at this point. Perhaps this is a mistake on my part, but in terms of the ties, I mean, if I could tie break on an attack, sure. But my goal really is just to get a couple more victories in battle, so I really want that Valyrian steel. So yeah, I just outbid them nicely, and I can afford it too because I've still got 7 influence there. And in terms of the King's Court, I don't really need much. I don't need to really switch my orders around. The AI isn't playing too aggressively here, so that's completely fine. All right, to the planning phase. So I feel like I'm actually just about ready to launch my incursion here. So let's see if we can do this. I'll get some support from my fleet into the Eyrie. And we can follow through. Actually, one trick you can do, I've noticed with movement, is if you move one unit first into an area that has a move order, that you can actually move that unit a second time. So it's a nice little cheat if you want to double the speed at which you get your troops moved around. So you really, I think one of the beauties of this game is that you can really plan chained events that one leads to the next if you play them in the right order. All right, the raids don't really do much for me here, but I might as well throw an order in. Yeah, I'm almost just down to the leftover dregs. Don't really need too much of this, so. All right, we'll throw that in there, and let's see what we can do here. Okay, breaking my support, and lots of support in the north. It's actually very, very fun to try to. I think I might actually want to play this again because I think I can do this a little bit quicker the second time around. But then again, I mean, it's sort of fun just when you're beginning the game to get used to, I mean, building your empire and consolidating. So maybe it's not a race to the finish line. Maybe it's better to spread it out a little bit. It is nice too that the AI plays their turn very quickly. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Yes, okay, the Eyrie assault has been launched. This is good, okay, and I've got that support order in, so I've got an extra support there, so it's 7-6 for me. That wins it for me. Oh, Tyrion Lannister says, "All this for me, father, I'm touched, but as you can see, I'm quite unharmed. Not that Lisa Arryn didn't try her best." Okay, so just one last victory needed to win here. So I think I'll get these armies positioned so that I can use one army to support and the other to attack. But first I gotta wipe out this Greyjoy. I got a 4-on-1, so unfortunately I have to waste my Tywin Lannister. But I'll gain my 2 power there, and I'll get that card cycled back in, so I don't need to use that bonus for the swords, so we'll save that for when I really need it. That Moat Caelan is all that stands between me and a victory. Yeah, it's interesting because I really like the concept of the supply in this. That I mean, you could push yourself forward and attack a forward emplacement like that. Oh boy. Okay, the Wildling Attack. I guess we better deal with that. I'm going to bid quite heavily because I know the punishment is not... Oh, okay. Everyone else, nothing happens. It wasn't that bad, so I way overbid there, but that's all right. So the supply lines are really cool because if you start to stretch too thin, then people are just going to walk in and take your territories. So I am playing fairly conservatively, I would say. Once again, don't really need the Iron Throne, so I'd rather have the power. Might as well go all in for the Valyrian steel. Ah, just needed 2, but I took it. I hate being completely bankrupt, so I didn't go the full 4, but okay. These cards make interesting variety in the game too, because you may have a certain plan in order, but you may not be able to march as many units that turn as you think you can. Or you may not end up with as much power as you want when you attack. So I'm going to use that unit to support from the twins, and I'll launch the offensive with my cavalry there. And the rest of these units I don't really need. I think this is just about the end. But no sense wasting them. Yeah, I really feel like I underutilized those fleets. I think there's probably a quicker way to mobilize some troops and get a win in a little quicker here. I may actually replay this and see if I can get it down to about 10 or 15 minutes to win the challenge. And I'd actually put that challenge out to you out there. If you can beat this in a faster time than I did, please post your time so I can see what your record is. And if you get a record, then I'm going to have to come back and try to beat it. So please do that. All right, time to play this out. I've been playing a lot of Root lately, so when I see the Eyrie, I'm reminded of the faction in Root. That's actually quite a good game too. But this one has rapidly climbed my interest ranks. So here we go. This is my attempt at the win here. I'm definitely going to keep control just because it's fun to do. It's a 4-2. This should be an easy win. I've got all my attack cards in hand, except Tywin Lannister, so Sir Gregor should do the trick. Oh boy, he played the 0. Ha. Simple dimple. House Lannister completely dominate. Well, I wouldn't say completely dominates. My lord, I have word from the King's Landing. The king, my lord, he executed Lord Stark. What? So much for peace. Ah, it's war now. So that's the end of the game. Thanks for checking us out. This is Legendary Tactics. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'd love to have you back as we play through the rest of the challenges. Thanks for your time.